Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless and it is love based, okay? I am so sorry y'all. I know I have not been uploading the way that I'm supposed to, and I woke up and realized like, ooh, it's the end of June, literally, and I still have thumbnails that I created with like spring themes. As you can see, this one, I think it kind of goes with summer, but I'm like, I have to get at least this one out because this one for sure is the most spring looking one. So we're gonna look to see who you will marry, okay? I'm gonna try not to make these too long either because I do have a lot of things to knock out, and there are 4 piles, so we will have the poll on so everyone can select which one they pick, because when I do 5 piles you can't do the picture poll. So sorry. I'm gonna try to remember to put a note as well. Those of you that have been reaching out about personal readings, just bear with me. I'm working through those emails so that I can respond to you and just kind of see what it is you're looking for so that I can get through it. So yeah, I'll be trying to knock those out by the weekend. But okay, I'm trying to think if I have anything else that I want to announce, talk about, all the things. Share your suggestions in the comments or in the poll. Feel free. And I don't care what the topics are, just throw them out there. And if you all like them and you thumb them up, we'll just start making videos that way as well, along with the ones that I already have thumbnails for. And I'm gonna hop into the pile selection. So this is the point in a reading in which I verbally describe each pile selection for those of you that are visually impaired, or if you simply like to listen to me verbally describe it to make your selection. Pile 1 is the pink macaroon. Pile 2 is the yellow macaroon. Pile 3 is the chocolate macaroon. And pile 4 is I'm just gonna call it a purple macaroon. I do not know the flavors. So I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, if you selected the pink macaroon, then this is your reading. Let's see who you're gonna marry. I almost started to say who has a crush on you, so maybe it's a person that has a crush. Sorry, let me just get my life together. I kind of started this reading abruptly. You know that already if you watch the intro, so I want to make sure I get some content out for you guys. Plus, I like this thumbnail and I don't want to like put it away if it goes out of season. So here we are with who you will marry. So, and like I said, might be because, and it's 44 seconds in at me saying this, it's most likely, not most likely, it's possibly someone that has a crush on you already, possibly. Just because I said that, and the King of Wands was at the bottom of the deck, so it might be someone like very energetic, very fiery, all of the things like that. So let's hop right into my pink macaroon. Who will they marry? I don't know why I'm making this so dramatic. And here we are, dum with more drama, the Death card. So this is some Scorpio energy, right? It is 8th house energy, someone you're gonna have a lot of sensual attraction with. We're not developing it any further. I will say that the 8th house also, along with that, that sensual energy that you're gonna have, that immediate chemistry with this person, it's a person that they may have a lot of traumas inherited, like it's giving debts and inheritances. So it could be someone with a little bit of baggage, regardless of what that means for you, that you may need to work through. Also with the Death card, it's someone that you're most likely to meet during a major transitional era of life, like when you make complete life changes, or could possibly even like a tower moment, or just complete transition, just a complete rebirth, renewal. This is the nature of you meeting the person that you're going to marry, okay? And also with Death, it talks about, again, rebirth. So it could be someone that you, at the point in which you marry them, have a history with. Like, it doesn't have to be someone you know right now. It could just be someone that when you marry them, you'll have had some form of a transformation, transition in the connection, right? Like an ending, maybe a breakup, get back together, a break, get back together kind of energy. But this is someone that you're going to grow and mature and transition with. So the good thing about the death card is it shows a couple that is going to change and grow and evolve together. So don't let the death card make you scared. It's not scary. It's actually really healthy to see in a relationship. Like, for this question in the way that I'm getting the energy, because it's not negative. It feels like someone that will grow and change with you, and someone that like this isn't someone you're going to outgrow or that would outgrow you. That's what I'm getting at with this energy. So let me get two more. We'll take the bottom. Two of Wands. Yeah, planning, working, building. So honestly, and then this is a new deck, y'all. I like it a lot. So sweet. But the imagery here, like he's looking over like a balcony, like he's looking down. So it may honestly, it feels like, and then this Scorpio energy is a bit like secrecy, privacy. This could be someone that's already kind of observing you, whether from afar or up close. Like but it feels like someone that at the point in which you marry them, they will have observed you for quite some time prior to either courting you or dating you or while dating you. And then the Two of Wands is all about planning and execution. And it's like, this is someone that is a planner, someone that is executing things that, this feels like the dating phase, right? Like someone that will have a plan set in motion on how they're going to pursue you. Also, when it comes down to a wedding, this is also one that's really like nitpicky about planning those types of things. So keep that on your radar as well. But again, like I said, someone that's already kind of, I say already, but because this could be past, right? This could be, if you're asking for your current spouse already, this could be the past history of it, right? And then there's those of you where you're asking, trying to see if a current person's going to pop up. And then there's those of you that are looking for that incoming future energy. So again, a transition, a planning, it's going to be someone that comes in after some major transition while getting, I'm saying here in the words, your feet underneath you. But because like Two of Wands is planning, it's kind of finding your footing again after a major transformation. So like as far as the era in life you're in, this is it, like kind of stabilizing and taking those steps forward after a transition. That's when you're most likely to meet the person you'll marry. So let me see. And then I'll look in and see if I can look even further. The Empress. Ooh, that's a nice card. Taurus second house energy. So we have the Taurus Scorpio axis. It's about assets. It's about finances. It's about mine versus other people's money. This will be a person you meet when you're in a very stable financial position. Okay? Like, as whether it's meeting them then, whether it's dating them then, whether it's like the actual marriage, it feels like stable money here. It feels like a couple with stable money, right? With Scorpio and Taurus both on the table and planning, very good with money. Like this is a couple with their finances completely in order. This is a couple with this is like a power couple, right? And I'm seeing that the one personality here we have is the Empress, and you can see again this person's like looking over the ledge, like down possibly at this Empress. And again, it doesn't have to be gender specific. If you're not identifying with Empress energy, then pretend that it is the Emperor card if that suits you. But this is a person that sees you as like the Emperor, the Empress, right? That immediately starts planning to kind of take action. Like, okay, this is someone I can see. I can see the person that you're going to marry will know that they're going to marry you way before they do. Like this is a person that meets you, kind of already has an idea within a couple of days to weeks to months that they know and may not marry you for like a year, 2, 3, but this person knows immediately that you're like what they're looking for in a marriage partner, what you're looking for in a person they would want to have children with that Empress, because that also rules like motherly figures. So again, or paternal, again, we're using those terms interchangeably here. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is someone that is really, really invested early, right? Like it feels heavy early. Like they may not say that with the Two of Wands, right? Like just start planning, but this is someone that kind of knows. So let's see what's at the bottom. Justice. Wow. Yeah, this is someone that knows immediately, right? Literally the card of marriage, right? And so because that's Libra, 7th house energy of contracts, of relationships, of commitments. So it does rule formal marriage. So I love that card came out as we're asking who you're going to marry, Pile One. Like my pink macaroons, like it's going to be a really good partner. It's going to be a really strong marriage. It's going to be like a solid foundation. I'm just trying to see now the situations in which you meet it. It looks like a huge transformation. Since we're talking about finances, it could be career based for some of you, contract, right, based with justice there. I will say it feels almost like meeting this person for you, Pile One, is going to be like your good karma. Like it's going to feel like good karma for you. Like, oh my gosh, I really lucked up when I met this person that I'm going to marry, because Empress and Justice, especially if you have a history of not experiencing like a partner that has that Empress energy, that is the Justice, like, you know, very fair, very faithful, very loyal, all of those things, completely different from what you're used to. I can see that for you. So let's pull more cards. Love these cards for you so much. I hope the other piles are as positive. I will say this is I'm reading predominantly from a futuristic energy. I will say it's taken you quite some time to get to this point, Pile One, because the death is not necessarily fun energy. It's huge. It's like shadow work. It's transformation. It's like dark night of the soul. It's a lot that you had to go into to even put you in that renewal phase, to even get into this planning era of being that Empress card, right? Of being ready for that type of commitment. So good for you for whatever work you've been doing on yourself, all of the self-love, healing, I see with that card, with this axis. At the point in which you get married, yeah, exactly. Look what just came out. But at the point in which you get married, I see you glowing. You'll look the best you've ever looked. You'll feel the best you've ever felt. Like you'll be very comfortable, very certain, in the situation. And I'm hoping that these other decks will give me more clarity on who this person is, beyond someone that, like, okay, we're talking planning, we're talking execution, watching you, sees you as the Empress, very financially stable, very good with money, very loyal, very fair with the Justice card, all this Venus energy here, right? All this Venus and Pluto based energy. But I think the reason why I haven't seen it yet is because of this energy I was hitting on, like Chiron, hurt and heal. Some of you, there's a couple of situations coming in here right now. Some of you, this is a person. Like if this person does not come in the way that I originally said, right after some major trauma you've experienced, right? Death and Chiron, then this is a person that you will marry. I don't want to say on again, off again. Some of you, it could be that chaotic where it's on again, off again a lot, but I just feel like this is a person that you'll have to work through things with, right? Like there will be a point in the connection where there's a major chaotic energy here, right? This pain, this deep trauma with the Chiron and death, possibly a breakup, an ending, or a break, or something, you know, and all of the things that can happen in serious long-term connections. And then there's a break, and then Two of Wands talks about working it together, and then doing so successfully before you realize you're going to be spouses with the Empress and the Justice card. Okay, so I do see that for some of you. I don't want to scare you, because I do read from a futuristic energy. I don't want to scare you, make you think it has to be chaotic and trauma. Death and rebirth is a beautiful thing. when it comes to connections, because it strengthens them. I feel like this Empress and Justice is something that was worked for with the Chiron and the Death card. So like I said, if this isn't something that you're going to experience with your future spouse prior to getting married or during the, well, no, prior to the marriage, because we're looking for who you're going to marry. I don't care what happens after that. That's too much. That's too much. Everything. My question is, who are you going to marry? And I've already set the intention of looking up to the point of marriage. So there's a transformation that happens here that needs to be built or rebuilt, should I say. Could be you rebuilding yourself or you two rebuilding the connection before the marriage. Okay. The bottom, you have Earth, right? More Venus energy. It says persistence, patience, and practicality. Exactly. This is exactly the energy I was talking about, of building someone that you're going to be able to transform again together, because I said death represents transformations and connections, right? Growing together, growing at a similar pace, working with one another as you each grow in enter different stages, because you're not going to always be at the same level, right? Whether emotionally, mentally, physically, on the same path, but you have to be able to compromise and be flexible with one another. And I see this couple is kind of like mastering that, has mastered that at the point of getting marriage. That's why it's so long and stable with the Justice and the Empress, right? Persistence, patience, practicality. This is someone that's going to be very persistent. That's why I say, I don't mean to scare you when I say, oh, on again, off again, or deeply traumatic breakup, possibly separation or whatever at some stage of the connection. I don't mean to scare you. Those of you where it's past, you're not worried about, you're like, yep. But those of you where it's incoming energy, I don't want you to be worried about it. It's just growing pains, learning each other, and building that, because that's what a commitment is, right? You ask about marriage, you have to be ready for marriage, not just the cute little wedding and like the fun, like, you know what I mean? Like it's about persistence and patience and practicality. The letter P may be very relevant in the connection with all of those words right there. Okay, letter H maybe as well with hurt and heal. So yeah, let's pull more cards and see. Tell me more about pile one's future spouse. Who are they gonna marry? This is a person that handles pain and trauma very well at the point in which you marry them. This is someone that doesn't overreact to your history, your trauma and pain as well. Very stable, grounded person. This isn't a person, while I see your person that you're gonna marry as someone that is deeply emotional, deeply feeling, they may not be very expressive, but they will be not easily moved. Like even if they're deep in their feelings, they're still grounded and rooted, and don't let it throw them off course of what they're doing, right? So sorry, let me adjust. All right, and I'll get another card. Tell me more about pile one's future spouse. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm not gonna lie, this is someone, honestly, some of you, your future spouse, because I'm seeing someone that's very stable with a very good job, like relative to you, right? This is someone that's gonna have like a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. Like I see money on the table. I'm not gonna lie. But it doesn't mean that like this person's necessarily out earning you. I see money for you as well, because they're seeing you as that Empress, Emperor. So it's giving equal footing, right? But I also see like this person may have some sort of an inheritance. I don't know if like that may be helpful in identifying the person, but I do see someone that possibly has some sort of an inheritance as well. So abstinence, having a dry spell or sex drought can be frustrating, but it doesn't have to be. Take this time to love yourself first. Ooh, so it feels like after a period of all of this transformation and stepping into that Empress, Emperor energy, you know, it may be after a dry spell, maybe after a dry spell, after a major like traumatic event, right? Of some form that you just took space to heal, right? Finding that love for yourself again. That's what I'm seeing. So don't be scared about one. I promise it's not scary. It's a beautiful thing. Think of it this way. You're going to go through things in life, right? At least know that whatever you may experience, if you haven't already, at the end of the tunnel, you have a beautiful life ahead of you. Because I see blessings. I see financial blessings. I see a beautiful spouse, a wonderful spouse, great stuff going on in your life. Like it just feels like a very, very good era where you are a true prize. You feel like a prize and you land a prize of a spouse. Okay? That's what I'm seeing for you so far. And this person you may meet them after a period of abstinence, like I mentioned, but this person may be abstinent when you meet them, right? Like they may be, which is good. They're single, they're available, so it may not be drama in that sense, but it just feels like someone that is to themselves, right? Probably focusing on career, social status with all of this money on the table, as well as whatever trauma they've experienced as well, to heal and grow from that, shadow work and such. I want one more before I take the bottom. Okay, I'll take them both. Social expectations. I told you, right? Keeping up with outward appearance, but inwardly wasting away is not fair to you or your partner. Learn to let go. I think this is this person's energy. Very, very like into their money, into their finances, into their career. And at the point in which you meet them, that may be their priority. Right? You have abstinence and social expectations, as in I have to prioritize my 10th house energy, right? My career. This is what I want to do. This is what I need to be. So I will, refrain from dating, refrain from sex, refrain from getting to know people. So at that point, you will either be in that energy, your person could be in that energy, or both. But I'm going to read it of who are you going to marry? I'm asking who that is. The Empress, the Emperor, living full of justice, right? Living a righteous life in a career, social status sense. Interesting. The score. Okay. I'll take the bottom as well. So I'm like trying to read the cards. It's fine. Whatever. I don't think it's not a bad card. It says, who is playing who? Somebody here is looking to score, but only play if you're willing to lose the game. And then we have pregnancy at the bottom, which is a new love is entering your life with whom you may have a child with or work on a new project together. So I did say a new era of planning and organizing. Yeah, we can see of getting things together, possibly starting like a new era of life. So you may meet this person working on a project or planning something, because with that Two of Wands, that is an energy here, along with pregnancy and the score. Like scoring is like building, working. Now it is kind of like player energy. So I will say your person's either one of the two extremes, either extremely like abstinent and to themselves, or like in the streets. There's no in between. So you'll know that personality type where it resonates for you. I feel like this person sees dating as like a game initially. Like when you meet this person, or as you're dating and working your way up, this person's kind of like keeping tabs, keeping score of like who does what or how things happen, like tallying it up with social expectations. There seem to be like some sort of expectations on what a courtship is, or like what dating actually is, or like, you know what I mean? Like all kinds of strings attached to a romantic connection at the beginning, because pregnancy is early stages, right? And this is also a confirmation that you are very likely to have children in your marriage, or if you're asking about someone that you have children with, this is also a confirmation. But pregnancy doesn't talk about necessarily just a literal pregnancy. It talks about a rebirth, right? A renewal of some form. So that also confirms that some of you let's see. Yeah, those projects are huge here. So planning, projects, building, working on something together, that is the instance in which you meet this person or you get close, okay? Let me pull from another deck. I think some of you may bond over trauma. Not necessarily what people are calling a trauma bond, but like actually bond over trauma in some instances. Because this feels like support, right? You may support one another, especially through social expectations. If there's a lot of pressure, you're in a high pressure environment, you may support one another in that instance. Religious, faith, vows, church practice, holy worship, sacred. So this person may be abstinent due to religious purposes. This person may be deeply spiritual or religious. Even if not, they're religious in routine. I mentioned this person kind of feels somewhat like a workaholic in some instances. I'm not going to lie. So this person's very big on their routine. I don't know if it's because of the trauma or what they've been through, but they've established a solid routine in their life at the point in which you meet them, know them, date them, and they're not very good at shifting priorities from what they're used to doing day to day. Okay, maybe this is part of this trauma here that I kind of see at some point of the connection prior to the marriage, where it doesn't work out, where you two may take space, is because of this person being very fixed, right? There's a very fixed energy, right? There's two fixed signs on the table, set in their ways. Person may be, right? This is also very conservative energy, which is also very set in your ways. That's how this person is, or will be up until getting married to you. I do see justice, fairness, this person learning to be more adaptive, learning to be more considerate. I heard the word considerate, learning to be more compromising versus fixed, right? But that also talks about routines and you two meeting each other in settings where routines are critical, okay? In your dreams, manifesting, deja vu, patience, blissful. Patience is on the table again. Okay, this is a person that, again, will have been watching you, manifesting, praying for you, praying for a chance with you. This, at the point in which you start dating, this person will have had attempted to or prayed for you specifically, right? Like we talk about manifesting a partner, a future spouse, and like having these ideas of what you want in a partner. The person that you will marry will have consciously said, wow, because again, first sight, met you, immediately knew, like, this is the person of my dreams. I must have a chance at them. I'm going to marry this person one day. Whether they verbalize that, intensity immediately, that is it. They'll know immediately. And they may have literal dreams about you. You may have literal dreams about this person. Okay? That, again, past, present, incoming energy. I want one more and I'll take the bottom. But patience. This is a person that's patient. They don't mind trauma. They don't mind breakups. That's why I don't be afraid of like that on again, off again energy that I am picking up on, because this is a person that is committed. They're patient. They're stable. They won't run you off. There was a show that used to be on, Gabrielle Union was in it. It was I think Dean, Mary Jane, and a scene, and I have not watched that show in years, so I'm really, I don't know that I've ever channeled a TV show before, but here we are instead of a song. So maybe you watch a lot of TV, you're watching a lot of TV now, or maybe your person is a couch surfer, they watch a lot of TV in their downtime. But on that show, the scene that's standing out to me, so the character is very chaotic. Like she had a chaotic history with love and romance. I don't know that she's ever really been in a true long-term relationship beyond situationships. So like when she met a partner that was kind of, and I don't know how it ended, but this scene is relevant to you. She like got mad at the guy she was dating, and like, I guess in her mind they broke up. And so like they got mad, they had a disagreement, and like she like hung up or something, and like maybe that evening or like a couple days later he like showed up at our house with snacks to watch TV, and she was like, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, we're making up. And she's like, I thought we broke up. He was like, no, we had a fight. Couples have fights. What do you mean we broke up? Like, I don't know why, because that scene was hilarious to me. So maybe that's why like it stuck with me, and like I'm seeing that energy for you and this person. But it's like, no, we had a fight. Couples fight all the time. You work through these things. But like she had never like been in a relationship where she argued with somebody and they just and they didn't break up after. So like that was just chaotic to me, but that kind of feels like some of the energy, maybe not that exact situation, right? But that's what I'm kind of seeing for this pile of like learning to work through things, being patient, being persistent. This is a person that's like, you're not gonna chase me off, pink macaroon, right? Like that's how the person and that's how you end up married, really. That's how you two end up married. That's why you have the marriage card here, because this person is committed, right? Very committed, even if they don't seem like it at the early stages when you encounter them, or whatever this energy is on the far left. So let's see. Teacher. Exactly. Learning, growing, evolving, education, knowledge, competence, care, and professor. So yeah, I mean, this person is someone that wants to teach you, wants to learn with you, wants to learn you. This is someone that's going to be very invested in knowing you. You'll know that because they'll be very invested in knowing things about you, right? Like they want to know your routine. They want to know what you're invested in. They want to know your dreams, right? They want to know how you see your life with children. Oh, okay, because this has been sliding for a while, so I'll just roll with it. It actually cleans up this section. Opposites attract. So this person will be very different from you. Maybe that's why I'm kind of, instead of telling you kind of who it is and really how you meet, I'm telling you how this person is. And I think that's critical to you, Power One, because like, you're not alike at all. And I want to make that clear. But that's the balancing of the scales, right? Of the justice. Two halves make a whole. You're not alike at all. And that's an evolution, a learning, growing together, being patient and persistent with one another that leads to the marriage. Despite those differences, because differences can be very complementary. Having someone that's just like you doesn't help you grow as a person. And I see a lot of growth as people. Honestly, that's probably how you end up in this power couple energy with the emperor kind of energy with that justice. Like that's how you end up that way, because you two work really well together, right? With the score, you're probably really competitive as a couple, right? Keeping tabs, like, oh, you're working on this. Okay, well, I'm working on that. I have a side hustle too. Like, oh, you got promoted. Like, constantly chasing after each other, like either professionally, business wise, on projects, creatively, like, and you inspire one another, right? That's the energy I'm getting from your future spouse. So there's very, very beautiful energy coming through. Okay, but growing together, committed to growing and learning together. Okay, person may be a teacher, right, or a leader of some form, but you do have third eye, intuition, chakra, blue, telepathy, perception. So this is them knowing immediately, right? I did say they'll know immediately, right? So I want to say this. Here we are, manifesting and telepathy and dreaming. This is a person you will have dreams about. This is a person that will dream of you, right? If we're not talking about past or present energy, this is what the energy that is coming in. This is also a person that I feel like you will know immediately as well. You will feel it you will know, right? You'll know with manifesting and third eye. So you may manifest one another, honestly. Some of you, if this is past or present energy, you already know exactly who I'm talking about. Whether you're asking about your spouse that you're at home with, or if you're asking about anyone like that may be around or whatever, if you know, I see that there, okay? But again, I lead from a futuristic perspective. So those of you where you're like, I don't know, like I'm single, it's fine, I promise you. That's why I like to lead with my singles, because, I have my married subscribers that are in here for the kicks and giggles, but I know some of you are really invested in these readings, so I take my time with them and I lead with that future energy so I can give you the guidance that you're seeking. You'll know with the third eye, and they'll know. It'll be very clear, right? Even if not in the beginning with death and Chiron, whatever transformation happens, if you're on that side where the transformation leads you to the person, you'll know immediately. If you're in the energy where this huge transformation is that mid connection, that shaky energy I'm seeing, that will let you know, right? You'll know. It'll be very clear after that, okay? So let me pull for my last deck. I have a Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle deck here, and I'll close this out. That's interesting. Passion in reverse. I wonder why that is like that. Let me see. Oh, okay. It's beautiful. It's a little sad. So this person will come into your life. Past, present, future energy, right? Could have happened. Could be happening. Could come in the future. And then at a point in which you are lacking passion. Oh, I'm losing my voice. What happened? Y'all know I was sounding fine just now. So literally maybe losing a voice, can't find your voice, trying to find your voice at the point in which you meet this person. Okay? With passion in reverse. And with this manifesting third eye energy, attraction of opposites, this person will flip this upright. Okay? What is it with all of these reversals? There's a blockage. If you're asking about, if you're in a situation, okay, listen, do not do this with the reading. I don't want, don't take, I hate it when an energy takes over. There's an energy taking over that is that present energy. So those of you in the past, you already know you got your confirmation. Incoming, give me a second. Present. because some people got triggered with this in your dreams and third eye, and now all of my cards are coming out in reversals. I don't like that. So passion and blocked, right? Because like when I said, I feel like passion came out in reverse, and I'm like, oh, they'll come in when you're lacking in passion. This may be someone you're lacking in passion for now, right? You may be currently in this energy with the death and Chiron energy. Earth can also be very still, stagnant. We do have fixed, stagnant energy here. Passion in reverse could be lacking in passion right now. Because like, just because I trigger, like sometimes I trigger y'all and y'all shift the energy, like, well, hold on, talk more about us, because we want to know, like, when I talk about all the different energies. So what exactly? Cold heart. It's in reverse though. It's in reverse. So now the energy is kind of merging back to a more general perspective. Because I do like to be specific, but I don't want to get so specific that I alienate certain people. So passion reverse, cold heart reverse. This person will literally reignite the passion you have for life, for your purpose, for your possibly even career, like all of the things. This person's gonna just ignite that, right? This may be someone with that feels cold-hearted initially. I have readings on my channel where I have blue piles. Go and pick that, because we do have the blue color blue right here, and when we have this cold heart, okay? So that's the two colors. So maybe go look at that. But also this may be someone with abstinence, social expectations, all this fixed energy. You open them up. This may be someone that is not very easy to get to know. They may have a lot of trauma, right? They may have a lot of trauma. Maybe that's part of the shaky, right? The shakes that you get have mid connection. They lack passion. They have a very cold heart naturally, but you're kind of opening that up as they get to know you. Okay? Past, present, and coming energy. Okay, we've got two. These are maturing energy. So at least these are not reversals, because your cards just don't want to be upright anymore. So some of you, this is like current energy, and it's like it's stagnant, it's still, it's maturing. What's going on? You have soul level on a maturing level. So this is I can't even get the words out. This is a maturing of this energy. So, and when I say maturing of this energy, it talks about someone feeling something on a soul level, with it following these blocked energies of passion and cold heart. It's like someone may not be comfortable feeling emotions and expressing them, but very deeply it exists in this maturing energy. When something's maturing, you can't resist it. It is what it is. It's coming as it's coming. It actually is going to come to a close at some point. When I say close, I don't mean like necessarily an ending, but it's going to be felt no matter what. You can't resist feelings. So this is someone that may have issues with intimacy and feelings, because 8th house does rule intimacy. So issues with intimacy, especially with abstinence here, that may need time, patience, persistence to open up. And this may be the energy that you're in, and this person's very connected to you, and they work through that as well. It could be either way. So what is this other maturing energy? Karmic ties. Okay, so, all right. Your person, pile 1. That's not, okay, what we'll do, because I'm going to close this reading anyway. I can put these here, and then I'll take the bottom. You have karmic ties. That's this death, Chiron. This person, at the point in which you meet them or are working through whatever shaky part this is, will be working through trauma, right? Karmic ties, whether that's family, whether that is ancestral inheritances and debts, whether that is a karmic connection, right? On a soul level, like this person may need to release a karmic tie, whether that is their relationship with their career, their money, their family, again, outdated patterns, beliefs, a person like an ex, or just a person that they need to work things out with karmically. Or you could be in that energy of, once you on a soul level close a karmic tie, that once you close that karmic tie, you'll either meet this person or connect with this person, if that makes sense. And when I say connect, because again, there's two dominant energies. There's the energy of this transformation happens and leads you to the person, right? And then there's the energy of, okay, you meet this person, it's beautiful, and then things crash and burn, and then reconnecting. Some of you it's both. Some of you meet this person after a major chaotic tragedy and or just chaotic event or shifting transformation in your life, and then you're with them, and then it happens again via the connection, and then boom, y'all end up married at some point. It could be all of the things, but there is a karmic tie that needs to be completed on a soul level prior to you marrying this person. It might be the that energy, that, like I said, that shaky energy. At the bottom we've got distance. So and proposal. Yeah. So distance, proposal. So like I said, those of you where, yeah. Okay. I'm like trying to like smooth out the energy. Past connections, you got it. You know your history. You know your history. Those of you that are, I'm gonna go in order. Present connections, right? If you're like, you told me I would know. I know it's this person. Listen, if it's stale and stagnant, and you know, especially if you're already engaged with proposal, right? And then it fell apart in mid engagement, right? And there's distance after the engagement. Don't worry about it. I mean, worry about it. Work on yourself. They'll work on themselves. Work on the connection. When you two come back together, you'll still marry this person. Like, you know, shakes, jitters, trauma surfaces when you're making a major commitment like marriage, right? Because you've got proposal and justice. So if this energy I've been describing feels like your current situation or current person, right? It's looking like that's the case. Distance to a proposal, right? So some of you are already engaged. The distance after a proposal, closing out that karmic cycle, right? Maybe even a karmic connection, closing out whatever that trauma is in a Macaron card, right? Whatever was leaving them feeling unfulfilled, unlocking that in them so that they can be fine, or unlocking that in you, because this could be you needing to close the cycle as well, right? The distance is because 9 times out of 10, if a couple that's supposed to be together separates, you both have stuff you need to be focused on, okay? So just work on cutting your ties, soul ties, and healing and doing your work, and then I do see it ending up in marriage again, okay? And then those of you where there's not a proposal, you're not having chaos in the midst of your engagement. Because again, I could see people clicking this video if you're having a traumatic event happen in the middle of your wedding. I'm happy to be the confirmation that it will be beautiful, right? But those of you where you're just like trying to see and you kind of know this distance, this still energy will lead to a proposal. Actually, it's for the highest good. The karmic ties, the soul level, this Chiron death energy, it needs to be, because things are stagnant because they had already gotten stale, okay? They had already gotten stale. So, I don't have any more cards to pull. Yay. And this is a long pile. So I'm going to just lead with, you got proposal, you got justice and empress. You have work that couples have to do when they're going to be married, but don't worry about it. It's going to work out fine. Grow, evolve, and be the best version of you, Pile One. So that is all I have for you today. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, Pile Two. Let's see who you will marry. That's those of you that picked the yellow snack with a macaron. Fun fact, I don't eat those. I don't know why I chose them for videos. I don't care for them. But and I don't know why I felt the need to share that with you. Maybe your person does not like those. Maybe your person does not like sweets at all. Maybe they don't just have a big sweet tooth. But the person you're gonna marry, that may be relevant or applicable in some way. Yellow. Tell me about Pile Two's future spouse. Who will they marry? I'm gonna be honest with you, Pile Two. Listen. It's gonna be cut and dry. Like, it is what it is. Like, you'll know, they'll know, and boom. I mean, I don't mean like it's gonna be happening like that way. But when you two realize you want to be married, you possibly might just elope or just do it, because why did all three of the, I picked 3 cards every time. So now I got 3 just slipped out, and I'm just gonna take the bottom. I got all of my messages from this deck. Like, I have everything I need. So this is a person that they're like, oh, Pile Two is everything I need. I already know that. So it'll either happen very quickly or it'll be a long journey to me. There's no in between. There's always polarities here, but like I feel like some of you, these people, like you're on broad ends of the spectrums. There's not that many of you in the middle. Like this person will know immediately, and they'll either act immediately. You'll act as a couple immediately and get married, or you'll be so comfortable knowing that you'll just either drag it out, they'll drag it out. Like there's no in between. So what happened? If you came from pile one, welcome. I'm not reshuffling. It's not happening. We're rolling with it. You got the death card, which is this exact same positioning as that. So if you didn't know pink or yellow, go for it, right? Some of you made like, I don't know, I heard lemonade. You made like lemonade, or your person likes lemonade. And because some of you are picking pink and yellow because you drink lemonade. Like it may be your favorite drink or your person's favorite drink. Like especially if you're asking about someone specific, they may like lemonade or lemon water or pink lemonade, right? But death, Scorpio 8th house energy. Transition, transformation. That's likely the instances in which you meet this person. Which I've already said. So, but you've got justice. So this reaffirms the message. Oh goodness. Oh Lord, this is a lot. Okay, I'll talk about it in a second. Death and justice talks about exactly what I said. It's like a shock of knowing immediately that you're going to marry somebody, right? Because justice is Libra energy. It rules commitments on formal relationships on paper, marriage and otherwise, right? And this is inheritance. It's like debt. It's like almost destined to be married with these two. Some of you, this will happen after the ending of a connection or the ending of a marriage, right? Or the ending of an engagement of some sort, right? That's possible. Yeah, that's definitely possible. That makes sense. And it still aligns with what I just said. Like a rediscovery, because I say that with the Five of Cups, it is the spilled milk. Now, I almost wanted to say, because those of you that came from pile one, there was an energy that followed us here that I want to say like, okay, it may or may not be, those of you in present energy may or may not be that. But Five of Cups tells me this is a spilled milk. This is someone that feels like they've missed out on an opportunity. They've lost something very valuable to them. And I feel like some of you, again, this could be because like a failed connection, a failed marriage, a failed relationship, meeting someone after that. Or I will say the dominant energy because this is a card of regret, right? Five of Cups is a regret. It is going to happen, like you're going to actually get married to somebody after they feel like they've lost you in some sense. Y'all brought all this trauma to this reading. This was not meant to be that kind of reading, Lord. Y'all do a lot, but it's okay. It's okay. Y'all want answers? We're gonna look and see. Scorpio, Libra energy could be your or your person's placements. So sorry, I got something going on in the background. Give me a second. Okay. Debts and inheritances, traumas, endings, possibly of a connection or a job. Like someone may lose like their job, right? And then meet their future spouse in that instance. It just feels like finding, I hate to say it, love in a hopeless place. Right, with justice in between death and the Five of Cups. Let me just see what this is at the bottom, because it hit me. It happens abruptly, right? Like all of the cards fell out abruptly, and there was this chaotic energy here. So what is this? What is that? I can't see. Nine of Pentacles. That is single energy. So that's what's going on. So I like to lead with the future energy because I feel like everybody else can kind of find themselves because you have a bit more clarity and perspective, right? Like if you're already thinking about, like if it's resonating for someone you know, if it's resonating for your spouse, then you know. But those of you where you're looking to see how this is going to happen, very independent stage, very single. Here's what's going to happen for some of you. You'll be single, living your best life with the Nine of Pentacles, very stable, very independent, just very comfortable alone, living your life. It's likely after some trauma, right, associated with relationships, with career, possibly anything that is contract based, right, financial based, with the Scorpio energy here, like a loss or a regret or some trauma, recovering from that, right? Because Five of Cups into Nine of Pentacles is a recovery, right? We do have death to justice, like things changing for the better, despite short term it feeling like a loss, because these are major arcana, right? You've got trauma, major events occurring, right, that are bigger than your current situation. And I say current, but like at the point in which this happens, like these are events that are bigger than what you physically experience, right? Five of Cups is day to day. It is you wallowing in your energy beyond the greater picture. Death and justice is the greater picture. It's like this temporary loss, long-term gain, right? Small loss, long-term gain, especially if we're talking about a connection. If you follow from the previous pile, that is reignited or something like that, or just cutting ties of some karmic connections to move forward with something else. I do feel like you'll be very stable, kind of in your prime, just very self-sufficient, self-loving, just feeling very good. If you see, she's nurturing herself here, right? With the grapes and everything. So like she's really taking care of herself, her health, her wellness. That's the energy here that you're in when you meet your future spouse, and even at the point in which you get married, right? But again, after that. And some of you, you'll from that energy following over from previous pile, you'll be in this energy. Your person will be in this Five of Cups energy, or flip it, at the point in which you two kind of get together in a form that's seriously. Because relationships, because you can date somebody and then it just be dating, and then I don't know, like 5 years. Please don't hold me to that timeline, because y'all get mad at me sometimes. But you know what I mean? At 5 years, like the Cups, later, like they miss you or whatever. Please don't wait 5 years for somebody, y'all. Don't do that. 5 weeks. Let's just say 5 weeks, 5 months later. A person expresses regret, sees you doing really well, and is hoping for a chance, because I see Seven of Cups here, and that's options, right? And that's at the point in which you do select your spouse. I say select because you'll have options. You'll be in high demand. You'll have a lot of suitors and people looking to be with you seriously. That's part of this regret of possibly one or even more person feeling like they missed out. Because I'm not going to lie, at the point in which you get married, there's absolutely still, regardless of if this is your future spouse's energy, like they feel like they missed their chance at one point and you two rekindle, or they go for it, like just suck it up and go for it, and you two end up married, you'll still have an ex or two with those Seven Cups underneath that Nine of Pentacles that regret, like, man, pile 2 was a really good catch. Look at them in that Nine of Pentacles energy. I can't believe I missed that. That's the energy surrounding like you getting married, how people are responding to it. I didn't expect that to come through. That's interesting. So let's pull from these other decks. Tell me more about pile 2, my yellow macaron, and them getting married. Tell me who they will marry. Definitely a person with some form of regret. This is a maturing energy, water, yeah, feelings, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. Lots of feelings here. Let me take this one. I'll take both of these. Why not? Earth is here, house 10. Okay, so it says persistence, patience, and practicality, and then structure, discipline, life, mission, accomplishments, and career. So those of you from pile 1, welcome. It's fine. If you felt called to pile 1, watch it. If not, then just leave it alone. It's fine. But earth and water is here. And so we talk about career. We talk about social status. We talk about perception, accomplishments, and all of the things like that. It feels like a journey, because like house 10 is energy that is built, right? If it's a career or social status, that's not something you get overnight. That's something that you build over time, okay? Especially with water and earth, it's something you build over time. And that's what I feel like it'll be with you and this person. Could be career based, okay? And then you have square, a challenging situation, a mountain to climb. Building, harvesting, right? There may be squares, right? In the connection, right? Challenging situations, mountains to climb, but mountains also are journey. Like you climb a mountain, or like it's not something you can just hop to the top of. You know what I mean? You climb, you grab rock by rock, step for step until you reach the top. This is someone you're gonna build with, okay? This is someone that is career driven, career based, okay? They may have experienced a financial loss of some form at the point of you meeting them, or at some point of the connection. Interesting. Very independent with the Nine of Pentacles. But again, stable for themselves, despite any types of losses. Okay. And then very calm individual though. This is not a wild person. That's probably why we have the slow moving. Someone that may know immediately or takes time to know. Again, polarities, doesn't either side of the spectrum, but takes their time with it. Right? Let's pull more cards. I was gonna dig more into that challenging situation. This may be someone that you don't like like I'm not gonna lie. Like at first you might not even like this person. You might be like, nope, absolutely not. I would never. That's why it's funny. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it kind of is. I kind of saw star-crossed lovers for those of you that may be asking, that are, because you keep slipping in asking about current stuff. That's why y'all ask me to do these readings, because you're hoping I'll pick up on present energy. You know I like to read from the future perspective, but we're rolling with it. Okay. I saw star-crossed lovers, right? Like right person, wrong time. So I saw it. I'm not gonna take it, but it was there. Karmic love. You'll have an instant attraction with your karmic, but it's not meant to last. However, you'll learn big lessons in love. I hope that's not. Why do y'all keep bringing me this? I love my cute little fun readings, and then y'all make me get real. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, and I promise I am not like making light of it. Sorry, I was like doing something off to the side just now. I got another message I was checking. I'm so sorry. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe what happens is you're distracted when you meet this person. This person is distracted when you meet them. Or at some point of the connection, there is a distraction, because we do have karmic love. I mentioned this person may know immediately that they're interested, but still drag their feet. I don't know if it's issues with intimacy with the Scorpio, or that hyper independent energy of that Nine of Pentacles, a fear of loss with the Five of Cups, right? But making sure, or like being hyper analytical, overthinking, and being hyper fixated on making sure you make the right decision, because persistence and patience could also be a slow moving, like a dragging your feet out of fear of making the wrong choice, especially when we talk about contracts, right? With justice, doing the right thing. I see that. Okay. And with karmic love here, right? Because this is a very deeply spiritual connection that this person you're going to have, like stable and spiritual. But again, that square, that mountain to climb, I'm seeing a challenging situation. I know it's spilling over from pile one, but the fact that it is here again for you is just interesting to me, because like I said, it says instant attraction to a karmic. So again, I got distracted right when that card came out. I was checking another message, right? This person, at some point may be distracted with some form of a karmic, right? I hate that word so much. But I'm seeing temporary, okay? Big lessons in love. There's lessons, okay? So let's see more about pile two, my orange stuff. That's a lot of cards. Why not? Okay, let's see. It's complicated. Many external factors are complicating this relationship, making it difficult to take things to the next level. I'm having regrets of using this deck now, because like it's pulling out all of y'all's like trauma, which is good because you get to see. And then you have abstinence. Having a dry spell or sex drought can be frustrating, but it doesn't have to be. Take this time to love yourself first. All right. And then one-way love. Unrequited love can be painful. Protect yourself and try to move past the pain in a positive way. All these cards. Okay, so here we go. Those of you where I touched on it earlier, where this happens after an ending of a connection, possibly a marriage or engagement, since we have like the Justice card. And when I say relationship, because I don't want to confuse you with all these scenarios. I know I do that sometimes. I'm sorry. I try to be specific. But I say relationship, an actual relationship, right? Those of you, an actual relationship with the Justice card that ends, right? Feels like a huge loss. You find yourself, rediscover yourself. Nine of Pentacles, karmic love, right? It's complicated abstinence, one-way love. It's kind of taking space to yourself, right? focusing on yourself. Because one-way love is also focusing on yourself, pulling your energy back, especially when situations are complicated and there's like karmic energies, or if you're dealing with the karmic, or if there's third-party energy on either side. That's where you pull back your energy, okay? And I see you meeting your future spouse in the midst of that. Not necessarily in the midst of it, but like after whatever chaotic breakup or ending of that kind of connection. And I say connection, but it really doesn't have, justice is not just about relationships, it is about contracts. So it could be literally just you having, you know, traumatic debt with the Scorpio. Like some people might file bankruptcy or something like that, lose everything, right? A dramatic, like possibly even a death in the family. Like it could be a loss of a career, like a loss on some type of gamble or contract, period. You know what I mean? And you encounter this person after you rediscover yourself and find your own stability again, okay? Because a lot of you are gonna find your person you'll marry after dealing with a karmic, okay? A karmic connection that is difficult, right? That you need to recover from, that may be one-sided, okay? I see that. Let me see what else I can see before I take this bottom. Those of you that came from those other piles and you know what I'm talking about, those of you that like to pull this present energy into my readings, if you're asking about somebody specific, it could go either way. You may meet someone new after this ends, if it is an actual connection, if it's not this one-sided energy, right? There's so many scenarios. Let me pull this, let me take this bottom. There's so much. I'm trying not to make this longer. It has to be common law union. Let me just, she is covered, but I can still do that. Okay, it says you may have a live-in relationship that is bound by love without the matrimonial rules. Okay, and I'll put this here. Some of you may never get married. If that's not what you want, right? Then you, like, if that's not what you want, then like you may never get married. And I can see that for some of you with the common law union. And when I say don't never get married, I'm sorry, I'm like checking other messages as well. It's not that you won't have a long-term partner. It'll be that you're not trying to legally combine incomes with anybody, especially if you feel like you have a lot to lose with the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the energy that just started channeling as well with that is some of you will marry someone else very quickly after breaking up with someone that you've been with a long time, right? One-way love, not getting what you need, waiting, abstinence. It's complicated. It was karmic. After playing games with someone for a really long time with common law union, possibly having a person that you've been waiting to marry you for so long, right? Years even, you'll marry somebody else very quickly. Right? You'll like after you kind of call it off because you feel like the person's dragging their feet with common law union, you'll be like, I lost it, blah, 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 5 of cups. Tell yourself you're never going to get married and then like live your best life single, and then boom, you meet your spouse. I can see that for some of you. Okay. But yeah, definitely after dealing with the karmic though. So let me pull, I got 2 more decks and we'll close it out. I'm just trying to like, because I got karmic love into, it's complicated. Like it's difficult because it's like dealing with this karmic energy, whether it is relationship or situational, and then pulling back energy from like the dry spell because it's difficult. And then you got one-way love. Yeah, definitely clear that karmic energy, y'all. Let me see. If this is you and not your person, like just be paying attention to your connections around you. You've got, what did I just say? What did I just say? Time heals all wounds in reverse. And it says And this is saying time does not heal all wounds. Like it's a blockage. It's holding on to something that may be already gone. Okay, so we have rushing, distrust, wounded, stuck in the past, or future. And let me see. And then it lands on karmic, because like I moved that, like I'm gonna do 4 like I did, because I want, you know, y'all I'm trying to be organized, y'all. I'm trying to be organized, but it feels like rushing, trying to hold on to this karmic energy, and then when it finally clears and just letting it go and just feeling that 5 of Cups and stepping into that 9 of Pentacles, really finding what it is you're looking for. I'm just trying to find your marriage in this. That's why I'm so confused. Let me find your marriage. Tell me more. Okay. All right. Because we've got a lot of reversals coming out from this deck. Cultural differences, missing someone, long distance. I'll grab that in a second. So listen. This is such a loaded reading. All of y'all piles are so dramatic so far. So let me just say, I mentioned the missed out energy. Like you're gonna marry someone that kind of, regardless of how it goes, it's gonna be in an energy surrounding who you'll marry being I missed out or I've missed my chance. And time that heals all wounds feels like rushing. It says rushing, right? Especially in situations with a distrust or like delays or just playing and dragging your feet. Like I'm seeing someone's here, like this person that you're gonna marry is gonna be like, oh, I do not have time. Like time is out. Time heals all wounds. No, it does not. Time is not good for pile 2, right? Pile 2 will move on to marry somebody else, right? And then because long distance in reverse is a closing a gap of distance. It's a missing someone. Again, cultural differences that I think there was a similar card in pile 1. So again, there is an overlap between the 2 piles, which I don't know that I've had one that had this much overlap in a really long time. And this is your confirmation that you are in the right place though, because both of your cards here are yellow so far, yellow and gold. But this is a person that's going to feel like they don't have time at the point of you kind of being ready for marriage, because 9 of Pentacles is you independent and confident. At the point in which you feel like you're ready for marriage, this person's going to feel the pressure, right? So whether this is the person that is the karmic that's going to be missing out, right, when you move on to someone else for real, or if this is going to be like a rekindling that was kind of showing up in pile 1 of someone realizing like they're running out of time, they don't want distance, missing someone is that 5 of Cups energy. And then you've got teacher, which says selfish, degrading, narcissism, and inappropriate. But teacher is all about lessons, and there's a lesson that hasn't been learned, right? Teacher in reverse also talks about just going for something without knowing what to do, right? Because teaching is having instructions, direction. It is being developed, right? And in reverse, it's underdeveloped energy. It's having to figure things out without instructions, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing. Like the person that you marry, it'll just be a let's do it. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay? That's such a chaotic energy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm holding it in reverse. That's why all of the cards are in reverse. I hate it when y'all do that to me. See, look what I got. Look at all of these blockages. I'll pull one more. Because I forgot that I moved the other one just now as I was clarifying my point. I'll hold it upright and get my last one, and I'll take the bottom, which is Hermit. So abstinent and Hermit. So y'all make these longer than it has to be. Before I even see what this is, y'all, if you're asking me, and those of you where it's past, definitely if you're talking about your current spouse and you're just trying to see if I know your history, tell me in the comments if I'm spot on, because I'm getting really specific instances for those of you. So share that with me, that I'm like telling your story and how it actually happened. Like let everybody know that I was right. And it sparks conversation in the comments that I like to engage in. But I feel with abstinence, Hermit, it could be a separation. right? It could be a separation. One way love is by yourself, right? Independent, Nine of Pentacles. Someone has like to be to themselves, okay? Introspection, meditation, relaxation, right? Where is it? Missing someone, Five of Cups, space to be missed, okay? I'm seeing that for this pile, okay? Okay, I got so many cards, y'all. Like I be trying and it just does not work out for me. And I do everything, unequal give and take, lazy, mooching, disrespect, blame, game. Okay. And then, well, if this is the connection before the marriage, I see why there's space. Yep, I see why. A rebound, short-term relationships, fast breakups, grievances. So y'all gonna make me develop this. I've been dancing around this. I don't want to call it a storyline, but I haven't wanted to develop it because it's so long. But I'll like those of you, like y'all gonna be in my comments, like you tell the story. Okay, I'll tell the story. It's fine. It's fine. So those of you that are here, like asking me, and you're like present connections, or like if you're asking about like your fiance, and all of the things, because I did get a heavy energy of like someone you may already be engaged with, or someone you've been in a long-term connection with. I see a fire being lit, right? I told you, fire being lit, closing distance, feeling rushed, not having time is running out, someone feeling like they're not getting reciprocated energy, right? With one way love and I do everything, and rebound. So you've got karmic love, that's the short-term love, and you've also got this rebound love, that's short-term love. So if you like have an engagement and like you've been very traumatized and like your engagement's been called off because like your person's like running around with somebody else because you got rebound and karmic love, I mean, if you still want them at the end of that, this space to miss you looks like it'll be what it is. Some of you, this could still be future incoming energy of how it plays out. I don't want to traumatize you or scare you, but I'm just saying relationships, it is what it is. Like I said, it just, those of you where you're asking me about that specifically, right? Where there's a karmic love and there's a rebound, there's an opportunity for healing. Okay? I see that. So let me pull from this Twin Flames Soulmate deck. So I'm going to shuffle this to get a good shuffle. And I want to talk up to my singles because I've been talking a lot to my past and present connections. But my singles, this is going to come after a long period of self-discovery. I'm not saying it's going to be a long time from now. I'm saying it's going to come after a long term of self-discovery. You may be single for years prior to meeting this person. Doesn't mean that you're going to be single for years from now. It just means at the point in which you meet this person and you connect and you start bonding, it'll have time. You have the Hermit here, right? Introspection, meditation, relaxation, one-way love to yourself. Common law union is actually in the house. So if you've been in the house a lot with abstinence, Hermit, and common law union, you'll have to go outside, right? You have those things as well. And then you've got, let's see. What else am I seeing from my singles? Yeah, it'll accelerate very quickly. The gap, right? Because distance is a gap, right? The gap between you and a relationship you're seeking, pile one. Ooh, not pile one, pile two, is closing once you do the work, step into your Nine of Pentacles personal power, and you go outside as well, okay? For sure. But it will come after a period of being single. Even if you've been traumatized in the past, it still will come after a period of being single. All right. What's this? Nostalgia. Someone missing you. So that's the energy, right? Because I'm getting this pile is way stronger than the other one, of it being an energy of someone that will miss you prior to marriage, right? Missing someone, nostalgia. Got all of this rebounding, right? Kisses in reverse. That's a lack of intimacy. Being followed by nostalgia is someone that misses your kisses, not like not getting kisses, like might be no contact for some of you at that point. Like it'll, prior to the connection, like prior to the actual marriage. Okay, like that space. On a more positive note, this is someone that will want to be around you all the time. okay? Like all the time. Like they're very, this is someone that's going to be somewhat clingy. They'll want to be around you all the time, okay? So let me pull two more, and I want to tie it all together. What's this relevant to? Flighty. So this person, when you first meet them, may be very flighty because they're used to being single, okay? With the Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit, it's landed on a Hermit. You have flighty, and it was at the bottom as I was shuffling. It was at the bottom. It kept surfacing. So flighty, this person may be fear of intimacy, right? I guess in reverse, fear of intimacy, commitment, trauma from the past, possibly flighty, because they're used to being single and free, okay? Let me pull one more, and I'll take the bottom. Y'all brought me like the most chaotic energy that I was not expecting. I was like, let me clean my house and do this reading and get this energy. I'm taking that one too, real deal. So again, distance, whether, okay, those of you where it's not this chaotic energy, especially where you're like, I'm not doing this third party thing. This person will know that they want to be with you, and you will know that you want to be with this person, because this flighty energy can be you as well, especially if you have past trauma, okay? Because it can go both ways, and sometimes it does. After, I do still feel like some space, some distance, right? Closing will make you two closer in some form. So it could be because you've both been super independent, very single, isolated, possibly not even going outside, and then you meet each other, and it's like you realize what you've been missing in a connection this whole time in your life, okay? That could be the energy as well. Take this one, commitment, beautiful. So you've got real deal leading into commitment. So you two may be flighty, not trusting each other, have fears of intimacy, issues with intimacy because you're so used to being single and or in one-sided connections where you overextend. I see your person has a history of having to overextend in connections. Okay? And that may be why they're flighty as well. Like the person you're going to marry. So that may be why they're dragging their feet. They have that fear of commitment and being taken advantage of. The bottom, you've got complicated. There's a lot of it is complicated. So I will say your journey to marriage, pile 2, will be complicated. Not necessarily bad, just not a linear story, right? It's complicated. It's here twice. You have nostalgia, kisses reverse, flighty, real deal commitment. Like it's looking like there'll be space or at least some kind of hiccups prior to, which came from the other pile. Now I'm going to cleanse and do the next pile because I do not want you following me to pile 3. Okay, so that is all I have for you today, pile 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know. So you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 3, my chocolate macaroon. This is your reading. Let's see who you're gonna marry. Sorry, I'm like distracted because I'm trying to like fix the angle. There we go. We can see a little more table now. I like that. So I do already feel the other 2 piles fighting back because I told them do not follow me to pile 3. It's fine if you do, but like this is not your story. I'm not gonna tell that same story again. Pile 2 was different. But there were overlaps. So pile 3, my chocolate macaroon. Who will you marry? Let's see. This is going to be interesting. I think it's the only like, what do you call that? Like, because the other ones are like most likely fruity flavors. But this one's like a, I guess, more indulgent flavor, like a sweet, I don't know how to describe like the difference between like chocolate and fruit. But I feel like this one will be different. The world. So you will meet your future spouse like after the ending. after the close of a cycle, which I already knew because I did drop all of the decks as they were resisting me from the other energies. But yeah, after a close of a cycle, feeling very liberated, very free, that is when you'll meet this person. That is when you're likely to kind of be on that clear path to marriage with this person as well. So let's see more about this World card. Big energy, with it being major arcana. 9 of Pentacles is here. Very sure, very stable. So I'm not gonna lie, once you, like, it feels like you're gonna meet your future spouse once you secure some type of self-sufficiency. I say that in a way of like, it could be financial, it could be career, it could be self-love, it could be self-respect. Once you reach that milestone, right, that's when you'll meet this person. And I know readers say that all the time, but it's true, right? Like, it really is true. But it's looking like you'll be in a very confident state and you'll be attracting someone just like that into your life. Okay, so let me get my last card right here. I'll take the bottom. I do have some oracle decks I want to go through. Tell me more about who pile 3 is going to marry. The Emperor. So you may have wanted to pick a different pile only because the counterpart to this card did come out. I won't tell you which one, but yeah. So, but Emperor, this is the person you're going to marry. I actually think it came out in the same position. The person you're going to marry is going to feel like Emperor, Empress energy. Someone that's very stable, very secure, very sure of themselves, very confident in themselves, very successful in their own. And you and or this person will have reached a true milestone, because the world is like having the world at your feet, right? Like, it's like, okay, I've accomplished something major, especially with the Emperor. The Emperor conquers. So it's like feeling like someone accomplished something very major personally with the 9 of Pentacles. Could be work related since I was calling it the 8. Right? That kind of leads or puts you in the position to engage with someone that you could be married to. That is Aries first house energy of self-identity, right? Very sure of who you are as a person, as well as this person. The Devil, Capricorn energy, that is 10th house, career, social status. So yeah, identity and career. Yeah. So once you reach some sort of milestone related to that, or you'll be meeting this person as they're stepping into that milestone of their career. Okay. Let's see. I will say the person that you're going to marry is very, very grounded. Like, very stable, very sure, very decisive, good at making decisions, good at being a leader, good at direction. This is not a person that's all over the place. This is a person that kind of knows what they want, right? With the world, they close cycles very clearly with no overlap, very clean, right? So let me see. Tell me more about pile 3's future spouse. Easygoing, sextile energy. It does say a combination of tension and flow, potential in a rewarding situation. This person's easygoing. They don't overreact to pressure or stress. They move like they flow. Like they know when to be tense and when to activate, and they know when to just let things go and let it ride. That's how this person is gonna be with you and your connection. But that's also how they are as a person, how they maneuver this world. Hence the success that I do feel this person will be at least already successful or stepping into success at the point in which you meet them. Let me see. Sorry, I don't mean to knock that. You have water. Spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. So this person, as active as they are, right? Because Aries is activity, right? They're very intuitive. This person's gonna be very intuitive, very knowing. This person's gonna be very good at reading you. Okay, like, this is someone that's gonna be very good at reading you. You're not gonna be able to kind of downplay how you're feeling really when interacting with this person, because they'll know, right? Combination of tension and flow, potential in a rewarding situation, and then this flowing of the water following it. It's like this person's gonna know when you're tense. They're gonna know when you're calm. You won't really be able to hide it from them. They'll kind of know you much deeper than that. And also with devil, a little bit of a controlling edge. This person, again, will be very sure and certain when they're interacting with you and dating you and pursuing you further than that. But they're not gonna want to like this is not someone that when you first start courting, they won't be dating like more than one person. They don't do that. And I bring that up because I could see them not wanting you to do that if that's a thing. But yeah, potential in a rewarding situation. Like a rewarding situation seems to be the setting surrounding you meeting this person. House 8, we've got transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacies. That is an inheritance of some form, though, because 8th house energy is Scorpio energy. We've got Scorpio twice here on the table. But it talks about transitions, transforming, shifting of priorities. So if this person is heavily in that energy, because the world, like this whole top row seems like someone that's very self-identified, like prioritizing themselves over others and their drive and their ambition, because the emperor is ambition, right? Especially with the devil here, and all about being controlled and fixed. So with that, house 8 is changing this. You'll notice, you'll know that you've met your future spouse when you meet a person that's that in their emperor devil power, masculine or feminine, regardless. If the emperor is not how you identify, then change it to empress in your mind. But when that person begins shifting from a I, me to a us, we perspective when interacting with you, that's when you'll know. Okay? Definitely with this, and you know, all of you kind of go through changes and transformations, but there is a transformative energy here. So you may meet this person during a transformation. It doesn't have to be a bad one. I don't see any negative indicators here. The most traumatic change or transformation you may experience, I feel, for this connection specifically will be your need to release control with tension and flow, and the flowing of water here. And devil, it's all about control. The emperor as well is all about being dominant and aggressive and active. So I could see that being an energy that needs to clear in the connection and working through it as you meet this person. Possibly even issues with intimacy with that house 8 card. So let me, and this is that energy of them fighting back. I saw it, you know, do you remember? It could be a rekindling for those of you where that resonates. Let me see. Tell me more about pile 3. Who will they marry? But that rewarding situation is definitely the setting in which you at least meet. Gifts. Yes, see, someone's gonna get something. It says material or spiritual gifts, magics, presents, love. So this person, like, it will be like, it may be like someone wins something, or like someone gets like a promotion, or wins an award, or like, you know what I mean, a rewarding situation. That's the setting in which you meet this person, right? Stepping into since we have 10th house energy of career, social status, stepping into a leadership role, possibly this person or you. And then you've got gifts. Meeting this person will feel like a gift. Okay? Interacting with this person will feel like a gift. This is a person that's going to make you feel very valued, very nurtured immediately. Like, they'll make you feel valued, nurtured, loved, very generous. And it's not just about material gifts, but it's about energy. It's about affection, right? That intimacy, because that also is very sensual energy with the devil. This is someone that will want, like, once you two are intimate, even if early stages, they will only want you intimate with them, right? So yeah, that's the energy that's coming through here. You see more. You may be very intuitive, or this person may be. Third eye is lit up here, and we do have intuition. Community, groups, family, neighbors, polygamy. Yeah, you're going to meet this person in a community-based setting, like whether it is career or networking, but it will be someone that you meet in a collective space, possibly through friends in your community, right? This will be a connection that will be deeply supported, right, by the community, right? Like this is a connection that will thrive. Like you go from independent and on your own here with the 9 of Pentacles and the Emperor to being supported by a group, right? By family, neighbors, right? in this connection. Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good shuffle. I think I want 2 more. I got 4 in the other piles. Thief. I don't know why I'm saying 3. 3 is the relevant number. You've got steal, criminal, cheating, ulterior motives. Interesting. Let me sit with that. Some of you may meet this person after some sort of a loss. Okay? With the house 8 of transformation, karma. I want to pull more cards, but I still want to read this prior to, like, the hearts are breaking here. Like, it's like a broken heart. I feel like gifts, community, and thief. This person, let me pull this other card before I develop this. Incoming energy of body, fitness, cosmic surgery, body modification. So you and this person may not get along at first. Okay? I don't know if this person may feel like, you may feel like this person kind of wronged you. Like, body feels very surface level. It feels like fake and phony. But like, it's people around you that bring you two together in some instances. Okay, let me take the bottom. You've got vampire. Energy vampire, draining, lust, this darkness, low vibration. I'm like, okay, all right. So some of you, this is a person. Yeah, this may be like an enemies to lovers pipeline. I don't know how that transitioned that way. I'm like, immediately after closing a cycle. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's like, because we do have intimacy on the table, and body feels like intimate to some degree. And lust is here as well. Tension and flow is here. Someone that you like hot and cold, hate and love dynamic with, right? You may do community work with this person. Like, this will be a person that maybe you have or will do community service with, where like, especially donation based with gifts. I see that here. Somebody might actually, this might actually be a situation where somebody actually stole something. Like, somebody stealing like money, possibly, with the house 8 debts could be relevant to the connection as well. Like, it could be a setting or a situation. Not saying it was you or this person, but there seems to be like a loss of money, like someone loss of money, maybe some sneaky circumstances as well, right? With vampire and thief. Someone likes the color black with the head thing, and it's like a dark kind of a gothic vibe. And then low vibration. Yeah, this is someone that you're gonna have to get used to. Pile 3. Like, this is someone that you'll end up with them, but like, it was in your mind at first unlikely. That's why I have the devil. You might actually see them as a devil vampire at the time of you meeting them, or at some point of knowing them, because this may be someone you know for a while with the world. Now that I'm realizing, before there is even a romantic connection, that's what the world is doing here. Someone you may know for a while, like a long time, before actually like committing, right? Like, you may be fiercely independent of one another, but know each other and strongly dislike one another. You may be competing for jobs in some instances, right? You may be very competitive with this person. And then, but there's this sensual energy. It may be a very physical beginning, right? Like can't stand each other, but there's all this tension, and then it happens intimately. And then after it happens intimately, kind of working through it, okay? Some of you, you'll meet this person that you'll marry, will have known you already for a while, right? And you're gonna glow up. They'll see your glow up, and that'll pique their interest and attract them to you. And you won't want anything to do with it, but I can see you becoming invested over time, because obviously this is who you will marry. This is a very interesting pile. Let me pull from this other deck. Tell me more about, you do have at your reset teamwork, whatever they lack, you lack, they got you, and vice versa. You have found your teammate in love and life. So yeah, I mean, I also see very competitive energy between the two of you. I'm not gonna lie, with Thief, I do see some sort of a betrayal, right? And Vampire, that could be connected to this connection. Let me see. On the rebound. Someone is on the rebound. This could be a confusing ride. Take things slow. That is interesting. I'm going to pull 4. Yes. Let me see. That might be what's going on. Healing love. The love will force you to heal all those parts of yourself you've been neglecting. You deserve healthy love. I told y'all not to follow me here. Follow 1 and 2. I'll just take all 3. It's fine. And then we'll look at the bottom. Hopefully it's nothing. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Blast from the past. An ex or on again, off again lover may come back. Is it worth revisiting the past? So some of you, this is your confirmation that you currently know this person. You've got mixed signals. That is that hot and cold, possibly not liking each other, liking each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's an energy of, I mean, it is mixed signals, but it's an inconsistency is what I mean, right? It says a lover is unsure of what they want, sending you mixed signals, causing great confusion. Maybe it's best to move on. And you do have, is it worth revisiting the past? Maybe it's best to move on. Maybe that's the hate I was getting. I was like, this is not someone you like. And then you have parental love. There's a parent-child role in this dynamic. Parent-child role dynamic in this relationship. Learn how to meet your partner as an equal. So some of you, this is an ex. Some of you, this is someone that will be an ex at the point which you get together again. Or someone that you may have dated or just interacted with or dealt with, or just someone you just simply do not like. Because it doesn't have to be this ex energy, but it is someone that you're not interested in. With parental love, you see this person as extremely childish at the point in which like you're starting to interact with them at a level that will put you in a position to marry them eventually. You'll see them as childish, inconsistent, draining possibly, very superficial with body, not trustworthy with Thief. Like, you don't like this person at all. And that's hilarious to me. I don't know. It's funny. You're like, I do not like this person. I don't like them. I don't trust them. And like, it's funny to me because like, you're going to end up marrying that person, whether you know them now or not. It's funny that that's how it's going to go. And like, this person possibly even did something underhanded at one point to you. Some of you even on the rebound, like this person may have like, especially if we're talking about your ex, they may have cheated on you, like with multiple people, with community. Like some of you are like, no, you take it back, Onyx. Listen, I don't lie. I read what the cards say. Okay. Blast from the past after some healing, maybe after being on the rebound and whatnot. Y'all brought this energy to me, okay? So you've got game of conquest. This new love will try hard to win your heart. Be certain it's not a game. Listen, so I'll finish this other point from the people following the other, but I want to talk about this because this is interesting. This is getting interesting. So those of you where it's like, okay, the person, you know, especially those of you where you're bringing like present energy and present connections into the reading for me, it feels like rebounding surface level connections, right? Multiple, right? A person that may have had multiple connections, rebound based connections, and them wanting to come back. For those of you, please don't be in my comments. Like, leave that ex where he is. I know y'all listen, because I see the comments in every reading. Like, please stop letting my ex take over the reading. Y'all stop bringing your exes to these readings. No, but seriously though, it feels like this person's kind of getting possessive and jealous when they see you kind of glowing up. I mentioned stepping into your own, looking really good, even better than you ever have, being supported, you know, winning awards, getting gifts, seeing other people whining and dining you, because you could also be on the rebound outside. It didn't have to be them. It could be you. You know, you're feeling good, you're healed, and this person's like, wait, hold on. What's going on with pile 3? Let me check in. And that kind of is how it happens. But I do see you not wanting anything to do with this person at some stage of the connection, whether it's the very beginning or like you break up and it's like whatever. There's a stage where you want absolutely nothing to do with this person, which is hilarious to me. Now here's where it gets interesting. This is the interesting part that's not coming from other piles. It's juicy for me because it's not my story, it's yours. That's why I can laugh about it. So some of you, with all of this community energy, it's a bunch of people. Like this person's dating, you're dating, and it's like game of conquest. So you end up married because it's like winner takes the prize. It's like you're dating around, this person's possibly dating around, and like the confusion, and I think that's the tension. At some point you get it together, and this person realizes like, wait, hold on. Pile 3 actually has real people like trying to commit with the devil card to them. And like, that's my person. Like, you know, like some of you have a person, pile 3, unfortunately for you currently. Like I do see this person maturing over time because they will get to that emperor energy, you know, regardless of gender. We do have the death of house 8, which is like the death card of transformation. So I do see that. But for me, it's a journey. And it feels like this person sees someone that you're dating taking you seriously at some point. And then, you know, feeling like, oh, that's mine with the vampire. Because it's like jealous energy. It's like you see someone new and being very jealous and then kind of coming in a pursuit. That's probably why you want nothing to do with it. So let me pull these other cards. I wanted to see who you were going to marry, but I don't think I used the right deck. So we'll just talk about the timing of it. I think I'll rename it to when. Like the situation, the details around when you marry or something like that. Because that's what I've been getting today. Tell me more about pile 3 and their marriage. Pure heart. So again, I think there's some trust issues here. Like this is going to be someone that is very pure of heart, and you'll be certain of it at the point of marriage. And if all of this stuff that I've been seeing coming through, right, it will make sense. Like it's some kind of way this person will prove to you their pure heart. Now, some of you, it's not all of this stuff, right? Especially those of you where it's future. We're talking about the incoming because I do like to lead from my singles. I like to lead with the single energy. It's just that there's a heavy present or past energy coming in because I feel like a lot of you are clicking this to check in on something specific. But like incoming energy, this person's going to be very pure of heart, possibly have a history like of this nature or have experienced it, like they've been on the receiving end of this energy that I'm describing, and they maybe take a little bit to maybe a bit hard to open up because of that, right? But there is still an immature energy of needing to grow with this person. That's why we have tension and flow, because this person's not like, when you meet them, they will not be marriage material. Just so we're clear. Doesn't matter if they're in this energy I'm describing of being all over the place, or if because they could be stepping out of that when they meet you. This may be their past, but they still will have a certain immaturity about them where they're not ready for like a stable, serious marriage. Okay? So that's just what I'm saying. Like when you meet your future spouse, they will not be ready for marriage. So just know that already, okay? And then, but it will be, right, it'll be a lasting love, right? It'll take some time. You'll build, you'll grow on one another, apparently. But like, it'll be pure. It'll be something real. It'll be something that lasts like the test of time. I'm hearing the words, okay? But I do love that the rings came out for who you're going to marry. So that's also some of you in this present situation. Maybe, sorry, I don't mean to knock that confirmation. All right. So real deal. Yeah, that is your confirmation. Real deal. So lasting love, real deal, and dream lover. Okay. I heard the word manifesting. What the qualities you do and don't want in a partner. Okay. That's why some of you are going to be like out game of conquest dating around, because you have a vision of what you want in a partner, especially with body. And it's funny because this person may not quite check off all of the boxes, and that may be the turnoff, especially if they carry this trauma with them and they move funny. Because I can see why you wouldn't want to deal with somebody that moves funny. I would never encourage you to deal with someone that moves funny. But it seems like this person, even though they look like they may have a history of moving funny, I don't know if that's with you or just their past. Some of you move funny too. I'm not gonna lie. I see some of you move funny too. So it might not be that big of a deal for you. It just depends. But it will be something that is real, like a dream that lasts the test of time. Regardless of what stuff surfaces, it'll be very clear with the world that this is something you can change and transform and grow and mature together. Because with paternal love, someone may be ready for marriage before the other one, actually. That's why we have the rebound. The one that's ready for marriage first may actually start dating someone, triggering the other one. I can see, you know what I mean? Like dating someone else and triggering the other one, I can see like, oh, you've stolen what's mine. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like there's a curve in development in terms of maturity for relationships. Friends first. I almost pulled another card. And I need to close this out. But yeah, friends first. So this is someone that you're gonna hate. You may hate this person, then you're friends, and then you start dating. So it's a journey, right? Because I still think it's funny that there's that at least part, like those of you where you don't hate this person outright, like immediately, it's a sense of you just don't care for them and their personality. Okay? Because even pure heart could technically be like a childish energy. You're like, this person's way too childish and immature for me. I could see, especially if it's like a community thing and like people are trying to like set you up. Like it just feels like an immature, and then, you know, yeah. For sure. Let me, oh, I don't know why I want to pull from another deck. I do not, I don't even have another deck. Do I? No, I do not have another deck. Let me sit with this. There's another message here because I wanted to pull another card. Maybe we'll, many loves. Yeah. So look, that's the thing. Like it's a lot of, like, it feels like, okay, so if there's someone that comes in, right? You know where you are for present, past energy. Someone comes in and they're like out in the streets, very immature. That may be an energy that needs to stabilize. Again, that's why we have this friends first energy of you just do you. But it looks like that may be kind of the energy of your future spouse, either when you meet them or they'll be stepping out of that energy. Because what'll happen is the connection will mature through the friendship. Okay? So you will marry someone that you were friends with first, okay? It will not be like some random, okay, with community. I say random, but you know what I mean? Like, especially someone with a history. Honestly, that may be the whole I would never date this person that's my friend, because you know their history of them being in the streets. Like, you know their many loves. You know the people they've dealt with. You know that they, let me see. Where's the card? Like, you've seen them do the game of conquest thing. You know it very well. You've seen them be draining. You've seen them be vampire-based energy, right? Ironically enough, some of you, like, I don't know why, like some of you, like, you literally refer to this person as the devil, especially those of you that hate this person. You're like, you call them the devil. I even hear like the emperor. You'll be like, this will be energy that comes in for you futures. You may call them like the emperor, your highness, like just to be like petty. Or his majesty, her majesty, like, because they think they're better than people or whatever. You may call your person like a vampire at first sight. You may refer to them as a thief. Like, I just feel like it's like this game, like this petty game at either early stages, or if you become exes, and like, you know how those exes that become like mortal enemies. I feel like if that's the case, that's where you are with this person, or will be. I don't know why these piles are so chaotic, but I guess I'm such an honest reader, not that other people aren't. Did I just let y'all drag me into all kinds of mess right now? But I think it's cute, it's funny, and hopefully it's not too chaotic for you. But I'm gonna close it out right now. Take a deep breath, pile 3. It's gonna be fine. Hopefully it resonated, and if it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 4, my purple macaroon. This is your reading. Let's see who you'll marry. I may change this title to when you'll marry, because most of the energies, with the exception of one pile, was kind of situational and circumstances based, and the energy and all of the chaos and drama. Hopefully you will be my clean pile. Let me, yeah, you got the nice King of Cups so far at the bottom of your reset. Someone that's sweet, emotionally intelligent as well. So let me see who my pile 4 purple macaroon will marry. Tell me. There was another pile that you might have wanted to pick, but I am not gonna bring that up. I'm not gonna drag that in. If you feel called to it, have at it, but I'm not gonna dwell on that energy, because I've been really trying to not. Sorry, I was distracted doing something else too. But I am not trying to like relive all of these piles. I want new energy coming through. But I will say it's another distraction. Like, I keep getting distractions during this reading. Busy life, I guess. But you may be distracted or otherwise engaged when you meet this person, okay? Or when you realize that you want to be with this person. There's 4 cards here. 4 may be a relevant number. Something about number 4, okay? And then you've got the Tower. Chaotic energy, feels familiar. 8 of Wands. Oh my gosh, this person, it will be immediate, it will be instant when this person realizes they want to marry you. I don't know at what point that's gonna be, but I say who you will marry. Honestly, some of you, because I like to lead with my singles. You know, I like to look out for y'all. So I like to lead with that energy, and I like to look ahead. I like to look ahead instead of, you know, dragging you into the past or focusing on current energies, because I want to see where your trajectory is going. This is coming in hot, okay? Pile 4, hot. Like Tower, 8 of Wands, 5 of Wands. Oh my gosh. Crazy changes. All of this fire. And then the Lovers. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Like tomorrow. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so I wanted to lead with the future energy, but this energy is so hot that it's like literally current energy. Like I can't even, like, you're gonna meet this person much sooner. A lot of you've already met this person. I hate saying that in this power because I like to lead with the future energy, but the truth is the truth. Tower is like flipped over, 8 of Wands, 5 of Wands. The Lovers, honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. This is a person that you are, such chaotic energy, or will be in, I heard the word competition with you, either be in competition with one another for some reason. I don't know. It's like a chaotic competition or conflict. You're going to be in conflict with one another, right? May not like each other. There is another power with that energy, but there is a very competitive energy, but it's sexual tension. Just, it's a very competitive, very aggressive energy. This may be someone you argue with all the time at first, like, but the Lovers. Let me see what's at the bottom. The World. Because the World is here, it's going to be very obvious to people. It's going to be like, you know what? The tension between those two is so crazy. They're going to end up together, right? Like, you know how there's the energy of people who there's just such a tension between the two of them that it's like, can y'all just please clear that tension already so that the rest of us can live and don't have to live in that energy with you whenever you're in the same room? That's the energy between you and the person you're going to marry. Like, that's how it'll be. Be very competitive, very competitive. You may compete for jobs. You may compete for clients. You may compete for just every little thing. Race for the parking spot. Like, literally just petty stuff. Petty stuff. But the Tower is like head over heels, unexpectedly realizing that all of this chaotic energy is the feelings you have for each other. That's something. But the Lovers is here. The World is here. You two like complete each other. Like the person you're going to marry is actually like truly, truly a soulmate. This isn't just a good person that you're going to live a good life with. This is someone that is you're meant to marry, meant to be with on like a soul level. Like, you know, like some people would even call it like a divine counterpart, twin flame. That's the connection here I'm seeing with all of this, but it's happening immediately. So if you don't know who you're meant to marry, if you're not dating anyone, you're stepping into the energy of meeting this person very rapidly. Like you may meet this person. I'm gonna be honest with you, you will meet this person this year. I hate doing that. I don't like to put the expectations. If you're watching it real time, within like a year, 8 months, you'll at least meet this person. Okay. Those of you where this is Tower shifting energy now, since we have 5, look, I'm pointing at the wrong numbers. We have 5 and 8. So 5 and 8 months could be relevant. 5, 8 weeks, really, since we have wands, and wands do start with a W. I'm just saying, but months would be more of a cup or pentacles energy. There are no cups and pentacles here. There is the Lovers, which is air. There's a Tower, which is upheaval. And then there's the 8 of wands and the 5 of wands, which is like so much chaos. That is so chaotic. I'm making sure, like, y'all better be careful picking these piles, like, because this is I promise you, I wanted this to be a fun, lighthearted, sweet reading, but I'm not gonna lie, I think it's more real and authentic that all of this chaos is coming through the piles. Because do you really meet somebody, fall in love, and then just get married? How common is that? But this pile is like happening very, very quick. Now that said, it doesn't have to be conflict. There is conflict because of that 5 of wands, but that could also just be passion and tension. Those of you where you meet this person, it's not all of that negative tension. It will be immediate sexual tension. And some of you, it's both. Some of you, it's immediate sexual tension. Then you have an incompatibility, quote unquote, right? Like where your minds aren't on the same page, because the Lovers is 3rd house Gemini based energy. So it could be issues with communication. So some miscommunications. I see miscommunications here. And then there's this tension, this war, this competition after that, and then closing that cycle, and then kind of getting stabilizing. So let me see. Tell me more about well, that's interesting. Because we've got mutable, Gemini again. Your person could be a Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. It says surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. Welcoming change, shifting. When you may make some unexpected changes soon that puts you in a position to meet this person. Some of you, it will be a shock or surprise when you meet this person. Like, it doesn't have to be chaos of, oh, you hate this person, blah, blah, blah. Some of you, it will just literally be a shocking situation where you meet this person. Like, you'll meet this person, it'll be a fated meeting. Regardless, it will be a fated meeting. Everything surrounding this competition, this connection is fated. Everything about it will feel fated, like the divine energy of the world, right? The Lovers is Tower, but it'll be a shock, surprises surround this connection. Okay, lots of shocks and surprises. Surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. Though mutable energy, we do have heavy Mercury-based energy. So communication. So you will either communicate very, very well, or you will have lots of miscommunications. I see both, right? With the 5 of wands, war, right? But Virgo says integrity, reverence, and service. So it could be work related, because Virgo rules acts of service and work. It rules day-to-day life, like not career, but like work, like whatever you have to do. Or it could be community service, right? But adapting, shifting. You may nitpick at each other, right? Attention to detail. You may need someone that has an attention to detail for something shocking, and this person may be the person that provides that for you, and that may be how you meet. You may be looking for a service, right? You may need some type of support, and you get that from this person in the midst of some chaos. Because the chaos doesn't have to be the connection. The chaos could be literally a situation you're in. Like if your car breaks down, and then the tow truck comes, and that the person driving your tow truck you connect. It could be that, right? That's the circumstances I'm seeing where you meet your future spouse. Really cute energy. You have Uranus radically changed. That is shocks and surprises. The way you meet this person and interact with this person is shocking and surprising. This coupling is likely shocking and surprising, for sure. There's a heavy Mercury based energy. One or both of you is Mercury dominant, for sure. Period. You're Virgo, Gemini, or third house heavy. But communication is a huge thing. Might need to borrow someone's phone, right? Lose service, But again, I mentioned the car instance, but that may actually be relevant because Gemini does rule short travels, right? And transportation. So it could be transportation related, community service related, health and wellness related, those things, okay? So let me pull from this other deck. Tell me more about how for's future spouse. Self-made, abundant, rich, full circle, changes, enjoy. Rags to riches feels like charity and community-based service too, for real, but rags to riches, so feels like a journey. This is someone you're going to grow with. This is someone you're likely to build with. Whatever setting you meet this person, especially if we're talking about community service or work, like day-to-day routine, or if we're talking about health or wellness, whatever journey you're on with the world, you two will be on a journey together through thick and thin, from rags to riches. You two will ascend together in union. Fighting the battle to fight together. That's probably why you're so competitive. You're both rags to riches. So this may be someone you knew when you had nothing, they had nothing, or when you were in lower status, lower social status, right? Working from the bottom, because Virgo could also be a little bit of grunt work, because it's mundane tasks, right? Like busy work and such. So from the bottom, working your way up the chain. If we are talking about work, or even if we're talking about community service, someone that you start a nonprofit or community service based organization with, or you join something in early stages. You and this person join something in the early stages and work your way up, or help build it together. Full circle, changes, right? Shocks, surprises. Must be the truth. I'm like knocking over. So let me tell you what I just knocked over. I just knocked over my emerald spray, which is ginger. And it says love. And let's open the card. Why not? I'm not fighting with this. I was going to read the card and tell you what emerald says, but it does say inspiration, unity, promoting successful love relationships. So that could be interesting. So because I knocked that over, it wasn't in a way. I'm just clumsy today. But you know what I mean? Like love and building and growing. This is someone you're going to grow love with. Okay? I don't see this be, shock surprises. Like it's either love at first sight or love that builds over time, and then you realize you're like actually in love. Some of you, it's both. Like there's an immediate attraction, right? Instant, shocking attraction at first sight. And then over time, you have another awakening shock. Tower, Uranus, like, wow, I actually love this weirdo. You know what I mean? I say weirdo because like the chaos here just feels like a resisting of the energy. Because if you ask me, I think you're both weirdos, but that's sweet. Just based on the energy I have, because there's a Gemini Virgo dynamic here, whether that's your placements, where it's like you both overthink and overanalyze, overwork, overextend, overdo, overreact. You're both like that at the point in which you end up together. I think I saw, oh, that's sweet, soulmate. I think I saw a different card I was going to point out, but I did mention that it's a fated connection, right? Destiny, connection, love, unconditional, compatible. I don't know why I was trying to say unconscious, but again, I knocked over this love spray. So this person, I think it's clear that this pile is actually, regardless of the tension and the competition, it's all based in love. So I don't know that this is a person you actually like will hate, right? Like, I don't know that this pile is that energy. If you're coming from other piles, maybe, but this is someone that like you're maybe really competitive with. Like there's a lot of drive, or you might be fighting a good fight together. It doesn't feel as tense. It feels a lot more sweeter. I'm gonna get one more after this. Community is here. So I mentioned that, right? Groups, family, neighbors, polygamy, and like a community. So rags to riches. You two may be like, again, being a part of a community together, building together, rag from the bottom to the top together, literally, like equal footing, counterparts, divine counterparts, equals. And then you have androgyny, ambiguity, sexual identity, gender expression, and style. You know what this is, right? This is that same mutable energy. Because Gemini also is a mutable sign. There's a lot of flexible, adaptive, adjusting. You two will go through many shifts and changes together alongside one another in this journey. And that's honestly the key to the marriage and the key to you two getting together. As part of the shocks and surprises, you two just seem to keep ascending together and able to like continue to do that together, right? Flexible, adaptive with one another. Very fluid energy. I want to get one more. Voodoo. Okay, so that's the energy. It's like almost like shocks and surprises. It's like magic, right? If this is someone you dislike, you're gonna find yourself and constantly put in situations where you're together, right? Like if you're in a community endeavor, you're gonna constantly be stuck together working on projects. They're gonna constantly like put you two on the same team to work for projects, right? Like, oh, we need a recruitment team. You two go do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we need donations. You two go do that. Like, constantly being put together, building things, having to be stuck together. And it's like magic. It's like you can't resist it, right? Magic, practice, power, spell work, beliefs, and rituals. Like magic. And then, at the bottom, you have do you remember, memories, past lives, karmic, soulmates, and reminiscing. So you have soulmates again, and this may be someone that watches you for a little while or like is not honest about their feelings for a little while before they let you know. Reminiscing though, could be some energy coming from past piles where, you know, this is someone that will have a longing energy towards you, right? Like this may be, I mean, obviously with all of that passion, someone that will long for you before actually pursuing you. But again, it feels very faded, very magical. With voodoo, everything is not as it seems when you're interacting with them. It feels like a mask, right? Before everything it comes out. So let me pull from this other deck. Someone you have a lot of memories with. And it like those of you where you're asking present, it may resonate, but even in the future, like the incoming energy, this is someone when you're like dating to the point of thinking of marriage, you'll have lots of memories. You'll be able to look back on community, on rags to riches. This is someone you have heavy community presence with. Do you remember this? Back when we did that? Like this is someone you'll build with. So if you're already like successful and stuff, I hate to tell you this, but you may already know this person or someone like they may come from a similar background, right? Where you mirror, because there's a rags to riches element of this story of memories, right? Of adaptability, of being mutable and flexible and compromising with one another and magic and shocks and wow, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Tell me more about who Pile 4 will marry. All right. Sacred bond. Yes, like faded. You will have a spiritual connection that will allow you to see yourself through the person you love. Lovers, Gemini mirroring. It is giving twin flame. I'm not going to lie. It feels like a soul, like a deep, deep soul tie, divine connection. You have infatuated love. Whether you are falling fast or it's a romantic obsession, stay grounded before you get caught in an illusion. Yeah, very quick shocks, surprises, like obsessed. This is someone that will be very fixated on you. You'll be very fixated on them. Whether you reveal that or not, it may feel not even real. It's easy to get lost in an illusion and not feeling grounded when you have all of this Uranus Tower energy into the world. Like it feels faded. It doesn't even feel like real life. It doesn't feel grounded or rooted, right? I don't know if I clarified. I did want to mention when I said health and wellness related, I meant like for example, this may be someone that you start a fitness journey together. Like you may have to be on a certain diet, and this person is also on that diet, and you two work through that together, and you commit to it together, and then that becomes the bond that you two share. Like I want to clarify, it could be fitness, health, could be medical issues related as well in some instances. So let me do 2 more. We'll take the bottom. All right. So because of how this fell, androgyny and hoodoo, there's something that does not meet the odds. Some of you, this person, I'm not gonna lie, because androgyny is like flexibility and like androgyny is like everything is not what it seems, right? Like you may dress, for a gender that you're not even identifying with, right? You know what I mean? Like it's an expression. It's not exactly what it seems. Or even if it is what it seems, you can't quite point out what it is, right? Because that's the intent. That's what androgyny is. It's meant to be ambiguous, right? And then voodoo is like hidden, like that shadow, like practice power, magical element. Magic is also associated with fantasy, and it's making me feel like this person will not really be very clear to you. Like even though that energy will be there, it'll be very obvious in some sense. It still won't quite feel like real life. You won't feel sure, right? These are maturing energies that we're going to connect with this, but this is going to combine this androgyny, voodoo. V may be a very relevant letter, but I want to say Virgo. So Virgo may be very relevant to the connection energy, but also me saying Virgo as I'm talking about things that are very not clear, you can't quite put your finger on, rules attention to details. So something about paying attention to the details, the synchronicities, the alignment with this connection when it comes in for you, if it's not around. Because some of you, it is, you just can't tell yet, but it is. And it makes sense. Rags to riches. I'm feeling like that's like the majority is the memory, rags to riches. If not, gotta be the mirroring of someone that comes from something very, very similar to your background. And you've got karmic love. You have an instant attraction with your karmic, but it's not meant to last. However, you'll learn big lessons in love. Yeah, so some of you may confuse this person for a karmic, or there may be karma early stages. That may be this 5 of Wands is, right? Very quickly coming in, and it's very clear, but there's this conflict that's making it confusing, right? Because you got sacred bond, and then leading into infatuated love is like someone that has a sacred bond that's kind of seeing it like, is it real? And then you have karmic love here, which is more confusion, like, is it real? And then possibly, especially if there are other people involved, right? Because I have other piles, if you're coming from other piles where there may be third party, especially with a community base, like if there's more than one person involved that you're involved with, or that your person at the time of you kind of figuring out the connection or commitment stages, like clearing that up. So let's see what this maturing energy is. Okay, so you've got blocked from love, which is there may be emotional baggage from the past blocking you from true love. It's time to release it. So that would be clear. So at the point of you interacting with your future spouse and like trying to commit with them, this will be clearing. This karmic energy, blocked from love, will be clearing. And it doesn't have to be like a third party. It could truly just be their past, right? Rags to riches. Because some people have issues, like especially if you came from a very poor background and you're like, you've worked your way up and you're financially stable now, like magic, it may not feel real. This person may have issues with security, right? Feeling secure due to a past of some sort, if it's not like a karmic connection that they're working through or will be working through as they're trying to get close to you. And then you've got long haul, which says your love interest may be in it for the long haul and willing to go through it all with you. Enjoy the journey. This is a person that will be comfortable doing the work in a connection. Okay. But long haul talks about rags to riches. Do you remember? It talks about a long-term connection, instant attraction, right? Instant realization of the feelings, but a long connection, which a marriage obviously is. But I'm asking who you're going to marry, and it's telling me someone with a history, right? Someone that you will have had some experiences with, someone you will have been on some journey together, growing, lots of memories, a bond, connecting, right? That you will have healed with, possibly gone through some karma with, right? Proving that you can stand the test of time and that you're ready for that next step of marriage. That's what I'm seeing, okay? But this is definitely my divine counterpart, possibly twin flame pile. At the bottom, look at that confusion energy. It says, into the unknown. You must proceed without knowing what the future holds. Conquer your fear of the unknown. That's what I'm seeing. That's what all of this here is, that confusion of not knowing. Some of you are here for the confirmation. Like some of you are here, and that's why you follow me in every single pile. Asking about very specific people looking for confirmation. This is your confirmation. But if this is your one pile, your person may be right under your nose, or there will be in the near future with the Eight of Wands. You know, if you're familiar with my channel, you know how I describe the Eight of Wands. Sometimes if I'm doing readings, even personal readings for other people, when I'm asking questions and I see the Eight of Wands, sometimes I get clarity the next day. So you'll get that clarity soon on what path. And some of you, maybe this Eight of Wands can be clarity on who you'll marry, or it could be clarity on like your next steps that will put you in a position for that as well. Because it could be all of the above. But into the unknown, like proceeding without knowing what the future holds. It's like, I feel like you both will, with the Virgo Gemini energy, will have energy of needing to know, needing to be certain, needing things to be clear with Mercury. But connections of this I was going to say this intimacy of this level, right? They're not clear. You just have to live and push through. So that may be some of the blockages of knowing if it's going to be long haul, which I do see that. And wants you to get past that hump of being guarded, having issues of intimacy, and being afraid that it's not going to work out, then you two will be able to commit. So let me pull from this Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle and close it out. Sorry, I'm like, and guess what, y'all? Like, you see how I'm like shuffling, and look what it is. It's memory. So, I mean, Spirit, this is my pile that my dominant energy is that those of you are going to marry someone that you're either already with, connected to on some level, or that is around you that you will be connecting with pretty soon. Okay? And all of the other things I described where you fit, because wise memories here. What else is here? Lasting love. This is long term. This is you got long haul. Yeah. I know y'all wanted new energy. I wanted y'all some new energy as well. I wanted that for you as well, but it's not always the case, right? Look what came out. Goodness. The future. Right? So even if things aren't like, even if this isn't someone like you're in that space with now, the future, right? But I'm saying, like, I'm just saying, rags to riches. Do you remember? Memories was here, long haul. Okay. I don't want this to fall. This is going to clarify the future. Kisses. I'll put it here. So kisses with the future feels like a deepening of intimacy, right? So with the unknown, like, again, this is someone that there may be a lot of tension with, or will be a lot of tension with, that builds up over time until you two kind of give in to, I don't want to say the urges, but like to those feelings and kind of engage each other. It might even be once you two kiss, you'll know. That's sweet, because we have the couple kissing as well on that actual wedding day. That may actually be one of the, do you remember, like when we kissed the first time or something like that. That's sweet. Or there may be a very special moment when you kiss that seals the deal. Okay? What is this maturing energy here? Family. Goodness. So yeah, this person, and look, there's the ring. This person, it may be when one or both of you decide you want a family. Might be when you meet this person's family that they really realize you have distance. What's that all about? Because future is distance as well, if you think about it. Let me see. Distance. This may be someone you're currently at. Yes, I was going to say this may be someone you're currently at a distance from. You have yes. So if you're looking for your confirmation here, the answer is yes. I'm also seeing though, that's cute because it's like say yes, right? To the proposal. This will be someone that you are very certain you're going to say yes to at the point of the engagement. I'll say that. You'll be very sure that you can see yourself with this person long term, with a family, at the point in which like any type of proposal or decision to get married happens. There'll be a solid foundation in place. And then some of you will get married. You'll decide to get married to this person. I said, mention the family, them wanting family, but with community, when you'll meet, because that's family as well. You'll meet, because family's twice. Once you meet their family, right? So some of you may travel to meet their family. That's when they'll know for sure, like that it's gonna work. Like once, like that you fit in with the family, because family twice leading into distance. Like okay, oh you fit here. Distance, yes. Okay, now I'm ready to take the plunge with Power 4 because we're good to go, right? That's what I see. So let me see what's at the bottom and we'll close this out. Many loves. There's that polygamy energy here. This will be someone that after being with a lot of different people possibly, or dating a lot of people, they will be certain that they want to be with you. Okay? Or you may be doing that as well. You may be dating around. You'll have dated or experienced, because many loves is not just dating, it's many experiences. Because many loves could be many hobbies, many passions, many experiences, right? Trying different things, even maybe possibly separation, right? Traveling, because distance is also traveling, not knowing for sure, figuring things out and being certain. Right? We've got wings of love. That's more travel. And then capture, right? So yeah, I mean, that is all I have for you today, Power 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know with the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.